What's up guys, Ivan Turyatunga here. I'm going to be showing you how to create cinematic hyperlapses. What are hyperlapses? Well, coming up. So how do you create hyperlapses? So for camera settings, make sure that your camera is set to picture mode. And then when it's set in picture mode, also come to the modes and change it to manual. Make sure you're shooting manual, because if you shoot automatic, you're going to mess up the whole hyperlapse. You want to make sure that all the settings are the same in each and every photo you take. So the other thing is, try to make sure that your mode is in single shooting. Don't go to continuous. Make sure you're in single shooting. Make sure your white balance is not in auto. Choose the right white balance that is appropriate to your condition. For my sake, I'm going to go with cloudy because it's kind of cloudy right now. The other next option is to make sure that you're shooting in RAW. Shooting in RAW will help you so that you can preserve the high dynamic range of your shots. Lastly, in the camera settings, make sure to turn on your grids and choose 3x3 plus diagonal. That's the option we are gonna go with. And then you have something that looks like this. One of the things you have to look at while looking for a location is to make sure you have a lot in the frame. Make sure you have a lot of trees, you have cloud cover. That will increase on the dramaticness of the what? Is that what the dramaticness? Is that what? If you have a lot in the frame, it's going to increase the drama in the final hyperlapse. By the way, big thanks to our man Hillary, who is shooting the behind the scenes. You can find him on Instagram. One of the things I told you about is the grid lines. Make sure you have that grid line. Then look at your building. Look for a point that you're gonna make constant. And I'm going to choose that clock, that middle hinge in the clock. So I'm going to point this intersection of my grid lines. So very easy. Point it there. Make sure your settings are as you would have taken the normal photo. So I'm going to take one photo. Then I move forward. I take another photo. I'm going to make sure that my spot is locked on to the grid. I'm going to move forward once again. Make sure you're making equidistant movements so that you have like good intervals while shooting your hyperlapse. So let's go ahead. I'll make one step. Lock my subject to the clock. Make another. The same thing. So keep doing the same thing until you are done with the hyperlapse. Okay guys, so I'm going to take you through how I edit my hyperlapses. Okay, back to the computer. Open Adobe Bridge. After opening Adobe Bridge, try to locate the folder where you've saved your photos. So I have here the photos that we took from the hyperlapse. So we are going to look for our photo that correctly represents all the images that we took. So the first thing you'll do, you'll open your camera raw settings. Open in camera raw. Okay, so this is our image. We are going to edit it. The first thing I'll do, I will work with these highlights. You see my skies are kind of brown out, so I will reduce the highlights. You see we retained some information from the skies. Then I'm going to increase the exposure so that our image is bright enough. So for the shadows, I'm going to brighten them up. And then I'll come back to contrast, and then I'll give it a contrasty look. Something like this should be working for us. Come to clarity, a little bit of clarity. Vibrance, a tan little. As you see, our image is kind of haze. There is a hazy look, so I'm going to try to dehaze it. Add a little bit of the haze, you see, it's now clearer. So I'll scroll down, I'll leave other settings, I'll come to hue. I don't like this kind of green that has orange, yellowish in it. I kind of want real green. So I'm going to go to hue and I'll increase my slider so that we have this kind of green. Okay. So I'll do the same thing. You see the windows are kind of blue, so I want to make them poppy. I'll touch the aquas, add a little bit of saturation to the aquas and the blues. Yeah, so that we have something poppy in the windows. Okay, so guys, I will leave everything else as is, and then I'll come down and press done. So as you see that we've updated the image, and we can see the changes in here. So what we are going to do, we are going to right click and then come to develop settings. We are going to copy these settings. I'm going to press Ctrl A and then right click and say develop settings, paste settings. So we are applying all the settings that we've created in the one image so that it is updated in all the images at once, so that they have the same profile, the same look. Yeah, so let your computer do its magic and then we'll be back after it's done. So as you see, we've updated all the images we've edited, and now what we are going to do, we are going to process them in Photoshop so that we have JPEGs out of them, and we'll get these JPEGs and then transfer them to After Effects for a sequence. So if what you do, press Ctrl A, come to Tools, Photoshop, Image Processor. So we've already selected these images. I want them to be saved in the same location, and then I'm going to save them as JPEG. Quality 9 is okay. I'll go with quality 9, and then I'll leave all the settings, and then I'll just press Run. So here are the images we've been able to create. So open up After Effects and then come to Import. Come to Import multiple files. Go to the folder where you have your JPEGs, and then just click on one and then say Import. After importing, just drag this sequence to a new composition. So something like this will be created. Okay, so we have our sequence. Try to play through around it and you realize that it is very, very shaky. So we have to reduce that shakiness by applying a stabilizer. So what you will do, come to Effects, apply Warp Stabilizer, leave the settings as is, and then let it run. So our footage is now stabilized, and now I'm going to show you how it is. I'm going to show you the before stabilization and after stabilization. Okay, so and by the way, if you like this video, subs to the channel will be very spontaneous. That's not a word I want to use. Cut. And by the way, guys, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. I will be able to create more content so that it can help both of us, guys. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My hand is down there. See you in the next video. So as you see the image. Okay.